Hello, 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 Nigerians. How are you all doing? Maybe you are in Nigeria, you are in other parts of Africa, or somewhere in diaspora. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time where you are. It's been a while. This is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. How are you all doing? I'm telling you, just to say it's already 1 year. Yesterday was the anniversary of the fraudulent, messed up election or so-called election, which is actually was just a selection of 2023, the presidential election. Yesterday was the anniversary. And that's why a lot of people all over the world, Nigerians all over the world, were praying curses on Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, the one that was the instrument that Satan used, allowing his conscience to be seared after promising Nigerians and going to Chatham House in the UK and promising the whole world that the 2023 election was going to be the most credible of all the elections that have held in Nigeria. But oh, how we were all deceived. He allowed money to sear his conscience, blow his judgment. He lacked empathy, lacked a heart, and so he went ahead and sold the election to the highest bidder. And as we know, Tinubu does not know how to do anything right. Everything to him, you must use money. He uses money to pay his way, bribe his way, force his way, or find his way. And so we know what happened with when he was in America, the drug issue, and he had to forfeit it, the forfeiture. And we know about the so-called university he attended where he had to, everything was fake there, use false identity. And so there's no truth in him. And that's the kind of person that Mahmoud Yakubu allowed himself to be used to force such a person to be the president of Nigeria. And no wonder we see what is happening now. Just within months, not even up to a year, and Nigeria has been plunged into utter darkness. People are suffering. Well, sorry, I know to say it's already 1 year that we're remembering what happened in February last year with the stolen mandate. But then we have to be hopeful. We can't just lie down and say it is over. They've already taken over power. They've stolen the mandate, so let's allow them. So Nigerians, we have missed a golden, rare opportunity in Peter Obi. I don't know whether we ever have another person like that, presidential candidate. In the history of Nigerian elections, especially presidential elections, we've never had a candidate like Peter Obi. And people allowed religion, they allowed tribal sentiment, they allowed sectional sentiment to make them to miss such a great opportunity. Even though Mahmoud Yakubu came in to steal the election, but if Nigerians had stood together as one and refused to accept the whole idea of this stolen mandate or Tinubu being forced on us, I'm telling you, Tinubu would not have been president now. But many of us were calling upon Nigerians to stand up and demand for justice. And Peter Obi told people to be calm, to remain hopeful because he is going to court. But one thing he didn't know is that the current the judiciary system in Nigeria is corrupt. It's not like the one during his day where he had justice. These people, everything now is about money. They have no heart, they have no conscience. And that's why people like us have been calling for a revolution continuously. And we will not stop calling. And that's why you see people, they are cursing Mahmoud Yakubu. He is the reason why Nigerians are suffering today. I'm telling you, I don't know what to say anymore. But Peter Obi was the president that was never allowed to be. And you can see he's already showing that he's truly a president. He's going all over the nation, helping people, going to IDP camps and visiting the people, visiting victims of insecurity and people all over the nation. It's just Peter Obi. He is the president that Nigeria did not allow, or let me say the rogues, political rogues, these thugs did not allow him to come in. And so, because of what Mahmoud Yakubu did, and APC government, or the APC party, they have now forced this so-called Emilokon, and that's why Nigeria is suffering today. Now, let's look at the effect of having Tinubu or forcing the APC government. Now we've got insecurity. And he promised that he was going to make sure that insecurity would be a thing of the past, but it has become worse now. The people, when they now kidnap somebody, the kidnappers are asking for bigger ransom because they feel that there's money now, because they know that the people have the money to pay. So that's why we're seeing what is happening. And there's hunger everywhere. People are dying. People slum and die on the street. And some of them have to be rescued because of hunger in a nation where 70-something% of the land is it's very fertile. And to say that Nigerians are dying of hunger, it's uncalled for. It's unnecessary. This is evil and wickedness because of heartless, evil people that don't care about the masses, and they say, let's allow the poor to breathe. And now they're choking the remaining breath out of the poor. And people like Akpabio are there celebrating big bad days. He's traveling to nations abroad, like Namibia, where the president just died, and is there talking and claiming that they are this, they are that. Such people have no right to even go out and represent Nigeria abroad in any nation. But when they're with big entourage, that's the kind of wicked people that we have. They have no heart at all. And they're talking about people should give Tinubu time, things will soon change. And the son of Tinubu came with a watch of billions or hundreds of thousands, naira. Sorry, not thousands, hundreds of millions of naira, and is there telling Nigerians to give his father chance that things will change. People like Reno Omokri are coming there, and they're trying to tell Nigerians that they should be patient and that things are changing. But see the way where things are now. People dying every day of hunger. And it's so shameful to hear what, not just what Mahmoud Yakubu did, and other people are coming and siding with them. Until now, we don't know what the future holds in Nigeria. Only God's supernatural hand can turn things around. And I'm telling you. So the other day, I watched Yakubu go on, that he went to visit Tinubu, or Tinubu invited him. And he was there, instead of talking to Tinubu straight, the way somebody like Obasanjo would do. He's there trying to pay homage and telling Nigerians they should be patient with Tinubu, telling Tinubu, advising Tinubu not to bother about what the people are saying, because that's how they talked about him. And later on, and he's trying to tell people what he did. What did Yakubu Gowon did? Apart from killing the Igbos, millions of Igbos were starved. Hunger, died of hunger, and somewhere it was like a genocide. And these were our own people, Nigerians, that were massacred and killed by the Nigerian army. And somebody like Gowon should just thank God that he's still alive. He's got no mouth, he should be quiet, mute, he has no word. If he can't face this illegitimate government and talk to them and tell them to start doing what is right, but he's there trying to sing his praise. As a northern, I'm ashamed of somebody like Yakubu Gowon. I used to respect you, sir, but with what you just did now, I've lost respect for you. I'm telling you, do you know that many of our people from the north that voted for Tinubu or stood for this Muslim ticket, they're the ones coming now and complaining. So-called northern elders, Professor Ango Abdullahi. When I was so sure that Ango Abdullahi would team up with Peter Obi to say, at least for once, let there be change. Let's allow these people from the southeast. It's always been northerners, and then sometimes they give it to the southwest. And only once was it given to somebody from the south. And that was because Yaradua died. and what is his name, Jonathan was the vice. And that's the only thing that qualified him or made him to become president. If not, he would not have smelled the presidency. And now we had somebody like Peter Obi, for once from the Southeast, somebody that had a heart and still has a heart for people. He is not corrupt. Somebody that would have cut the cost of governance and really helped to manage the economy of Nigeria and also the security and make Nigeria a producing nation instead of a nation that is dependent. All this corruption would have been a thing of the past. Within months, would have seen what would have happened. But they did not allow him, because corrupt people don't like people that are upright, that have integrity, because they're going to expose their evil deeds. And that's how Tinubu, a corrupt person, was forced on Nigeria. See where the nation is today. And they're still saying, be patient, be patient. Give them time. And while they're telling the poor to be patient, they are there stealing the money and destroying the nation, running the nation down. I don't know if after 4 years there will be any nation left called Nigeria. And so I'm telling you, we need to change. We can't continue like this. And so Nigeria will never rise. I'm telling you, this is my own opinion. Even though I'm from Kaduna State, I'm from the north, but I want to advise Nigerians. We have missed a golden opportunity, a one-time game-changing opportunity in Peter Obi. But we allowed this evil, selfish sentiment of Inyamiri will never allow somebody from the Igbo tribe to come and be president. See what our own northerners are doing. See what your southwesterners are doing. See people from the southwest. And now Tinubu has surrounded himself with people from the southwest. The same way Buhari did with all the Fulanis. And where is Nigeria heading to now? And so we are saying, no, let's just give them time. Let's continue to pray. We've been praying for years and we haven't seen anything change. And that's why we must rise and demand for change. I just pray that a miracle, let something happen in Nigeria. Things cannot continue like this. And let me tell you, as long as we keep marginalizing the Igbos and keep refusing to allow the Igbos, Nigeria will be grounded. Nigeria will never rise. I speak as a northerner. Peter Obi has not given me anything. I don't have any very close Igbo friend who has done anything or told me to speak as a northerner so that, so that they can allow the Igbos. We used to be lied to. They used to tell us that we must not allow people from the south. We as northerners, we must not allow them. If we allow them, they will destroy Nigeria and then there will be no oil. They will not allow the oil to come to the north. All those lies. But as an educated person, I am tired. We are sick and tired. Northerners are suffering even more than Southerners. Because at least people from the Southeast, they are people that are industrial, they are people that are entrepreneurs, they are able to rise. I mean, after the Civil War, I want to ask you, with what they suffered, their businesses completely destroyed. They lost lives of precious people, innocent people. But I'm telling you, after the war, didn't they bounce back? Now they're in every part of Nigeria, every nook and corner, you will see the Igbos, people from the southeast. And so in spite of what we did against the Igbos, they are pushing their way. They are all over the world. They never give up. They are like the Chinese. If we allow the Igbos, if we can just allow the Igbos, all this destruction of the nation we have seen would have come to an end. We still have an opportunity. I'm telling you, we can run, but we will not hide. We keep running away from allowing the Igbos. We will suffer, and Nigeria will never get it right. We can't be claiming that we're one nation and we take one tribe and we terrorize them, we impoverish them, we disadvantage them and make sure that they don't rise. You can't do that. The God that created us and wants us to live together in one nation will never allow us to do it. So going forward, we must make sure that we allow the Igbos, give them a chance. And thank God that even though we know, even among the Igbos, there are selfish people, like the governor of Imo, stole the election. And there are many people like that. And so, but at least we've got somebody like Peter Obi. I'm telling you, Northerners, if we had allowed Peter Obi to come in, by now, the North would have seen the difference. But this idea of thinking, let's allow our people from the north, they will keep running Nigeria down. Or southwest, they will keep running Nigeria down until we are ready for truth. Let's tell ourselves the truth and allow a person like Peter Obi to come in. So I don't know how things will change, but you know, some people are saying, no, let's try Atiku. Which Atiku? Where is he now? Is he not in Dubai? He's been only coming for election, and then because he's not getting, then he goes back to Dubai. He doesn't care about Nigeria. But see what Peter Obi is doing. He didn't lose the election. They stole it from him. In spite of that, but he's patiently going around the nation and helping people. And he's also talking on issues that are happening. Are we hearing Atiku's voice? And even the so-called president, the illegitimate president, what is he doing apart from destroying the nation? And see what they are doing, sharing money among themselves while Nigerians are dying. To say that Nigerians should go queue, you know, because of the rice that was released by the custom, and they're now selling it for 10,000 naira. So Nigerians, because of the struggle, hunger is killing them. So the stampede, as a result of the stampede of the masses coming just for survival, that's how many of them died. And so we need to tell ourselves, for how long is this thing going to continue? So it's up to Nigerians what they do. People like us, once in a while, will come talk. But you know what? I'm not going to be doing broadcasts the way I used to do. Because I'm thinking about other nations. I'm thinking about the election of South Africa that's coming up. And there are many other nations that are having their election. Namibia is having election, and even some other nations of the world, especially in Africa. And I believe that God is giving me a mandate, you know, apart from preaching the gospel, God is giving me a mandate to also ensure that there is a leadership of integrity, that leaders of integrity are raised in Africa. And I believe we're going to have that happen during our lifetime. We must not just give up, but let's continue to push forward. Let's continue to fight. We've been calling for a revolution. And if we're running away from this revolution, it will happen on its own. Hunger will force people out. They're already protesting, and nobody can stop them when the hunger comes. They are going after these rogue politicians, and many of them will pay for it dearly. So I want to just say thank you for watching. Go ahead and share this broadcast, and also let me know where you are watching or where you have watched me from. And that's if you're watching after the broadcast, feel free to share it. Once again, I want to really appreciate you. Thank you for always joining, and thank you for not giving up on Nigeria. These politicians, these evil rogues, they're the ones that we must chase out. They are the ones that must get worn out, tired of stealing the resources of this nation, and they must quit. And we must tell them enough is enough. And so the time for Nigeria to turn around, to change with true, godly, and leadership of integrity, that's what we must call for and demand and insist it must be so. So once again, I want to say thank you. I look forward to seeing you next time. I want to say God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Once again, this is your friend, as always, Dr. Haruna Goro. Bye-bye for now.